Hello everybody, coming at you with all my might. It is Smite. How you guys doing today? Today we're going to be changing the plastics on my 2024 Yamaha yz250fx. So I just wanted to give you a quick look around of the bike before we got into it. I have another thing that I'm going to try and I'm going to explain when we swap over to the other angle. All right, so there it is. This is the stock plastics. I wanted to keep them as fresh as possible. There is a little bit of scratching on it because I rode it like 3 times. So we're gonna pull the stock plastics off, and then I'm gonna put a new set of black sparkle plastics. They call it black metallic, but it kind of looks like black sparkle. So the problem that I have with this bike is a brand new bike, but it does not like to start at all. Like, it's probably about 35 degrees, and I'm not even gonna attempt to start it because it just floods. The bike just floods. I cannot get the bike to work properly. It will bump start, it'll run fine, but it will not start, even with the choke on. So what I'm gonna do is, I did some research, and someone told me online that races one of these bikes, and they race at a 23 or a 21. But they said that Yamaha, even though they put a lithium-ion battery in it, that it's like a 4-cell and it's not high enough output. So if you don't get it to turn over fast enough, it will flood the fuel the chamber, and your plug gets fouled. So then I end up running down the road and bump starting. So I have a solution. This is my old race bike. This is my Husqvarna TE150 2023-2024. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take the battery out of this, which is also a lithium-ion battery, but I think it's better quality because everything on these bikes is better quality for the most part. That's why they're so expensive. These bikes are both, I paid $9,200 a piece for each of these bikes. 2023 brand new, 2024 brand new. So that for a 4-stroke, that's cheap. For a 2-stroke, that is expensive. So you could pick up a 250 for the 250 2-stroke for the price I paid for this 150 because it's a Husqvarna, but it has different parts on it from the factory, and we're not going to go over that right now. All we're going to try to do is take the battery out of this one, put it in that one, and see if that will start. But while we're doing that, we're going to take all of those plastics off and put the new ones on. All right, look at that. That is what a yz250fx looks like without any plastics. It's a ripper, my dudes. That thing is ready to go the mile. It's pretty crazy. So while I have that off, I need to try to replace this bolt right here. I didn't put them in because the front fender was in the way, and I knew I was gonna be taking that off anyhow. So there's all my new plastics, brand new, slightly used. I'm gonna bag them up and keep it. Oh, I still have to take these off, the OEM Yamaha one. So I'm gonna keep these, try to keep them as fresh as possible. That way, if I ever decide I'm gonna sell the bike, I have a new set of plastics, factory plastics to put on it. Because if not, you end up like this. And you just have permanently really gnarly plastics, which it's fine for me, I don't care. But when you try to sell a bike and it looks like this, it's just not impressive. So that's that. I'm going to put those bolts in and get all the rivets out of that. You see the metal pieces. I need to take them out and put them into my new plastic. So I got the batteries out. This is the battery that was in my Husqvarna. This is a Skyrich battery, lithium ion. These apparently, I looked them up on Amazon. They have good cold starting ability, and it's super light. This is Yamaha's battery. This is the OEM Yamaha battery. There's all kinds of weird heat sinks on it and crap like that. It says Yamaha, the thing won't focus, but it says Yamaha Motor Company, made in China. 13.2 volts, where that's 12 volts. 2.4 amp hours. There's no amp hours on this. It says 31.7 watt hours, where that says 24. But I think the problem I'm having is the cold. It's snowy out there. So I fired this bike up, 0 problems. So we're gonna try throwing this in this bike. Then we're gonna put that in this bike, and hopefully this bike fires up. So, like I said, every single time I've had to push this bike to start it, besides at the dealership when it was semi-warm. So everything has been a cold start on this thing, because it's cold outside. We'll see if this will even work. I think what I'm gonna do is just hook this up and see if it will start. If it's not going to start, then there's no issue. Then I can just figure something else out. I'll have to get a different battery. I want to ride. I want the bike to start. So we'll figure it out. All right, so I showed you the batteries. I did try to put it on this one. We put the other battery on the tender and slash charger for lithium batteries because it's lithium. I couldn't get this bike to start with the other battery. It spun over 10 times faster, so I think I fouled the plug and it has a bad plug in it now. It will still run when this bump started, but I need to replace the spark plug and not do what I did before. So I think once I fouled the plug, I ruined it to the point where it's not gonna start easily without being bump started. So that's the position that we're in right now. I'm going to now work on the plastics again, but that was like a good intermission period to where I could get and work on the battery. So now I know. I think I might get a different battery. We'll have to see, because that other battery turned it over way faster, even stock, because it has way better cold cranking amps. So that's what we're gonna try to do. We're gonna go get the plastics on now. All right, so I got all the new race plastics on there. I'm gonna can't wait for my graphics. Got my guards put on there. It's gonna look pretty cool. The black metallic looks pretty neat. One complaint. So my radiator braces put a little extra plastic back here. Well, when the plastic pushes on it, since these are aftermarket, you could see the crease marks. So that kind of sucks. Luckily, that's gonna be covered underneath my graphics kit. But that being said, it's pretty much a guarantee that once you go down and this flexes, you're gonna have white marks everywhere. But at least I'm doing that to these plastics and not my original plastics. And I accepted the fact that like it's just gonna happen. I bought this bike to essentially beat it because that's what racing does. So there's the new plastics on it. I'm stoked. I'm gonna get a new spark plug and see if that fixes our starting issue. If not, we put the OEM battery back in it because the other one didn't fit. And it turns over much slower than the original. So much slower than an aftermarket that came stock in my Husqvarna. So definitely a new battery if I can't get this figured out. I'm still gonna keep that on my radar, honestly, because I think that's gonna be crucial. So I'm gonna buy a new spark plug and my graphics should be here in a couple of weeks. I'm gonna put my handguards on. I'm just taking them off my other bike and putting them on this one because this one has stock bars. My other ones have pro tapers, so they're thicker at the base. So it's a little bit different. So there we have it. We're ready to rock. I'm excited to actually get riding. Every time I come here, I end up doing this and working and something goes wrong. And then I have to sacrifice all my time to ride. So there we have it. Can't wait to put graphics on it. Can't wait to ride. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day and God bless.